Welcome to the 2024 IPF World Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships. Presented by Eleiko and SBD, we are live from Austin, Texas. This is day 7 of a mammoth competition here out in Texas. We've moved now from the Classic through to the Equipped part of the competition. My name's Joe Whiteley. It is my pleasure to be here all week with the one and only Gary Williams. And Gary, this is my favourite part of the competition.
Yeah, look,
Equipped.
as you said, it's a mammoth competition. Week 1, we had the classic powerlift, the classic bench press, and it was an absolutely outstanding competition. The level of competition was beyond anything we've ever seen. And of course, for us, I mean, we're equipped lifters. Particularly, I'm an equipped bench lifter, so this is for us, I guess, more familiar territory.
Yeah, absolutely. I've competed in classic bench, but really my specialty is equipped bench. So as much as I love the whole competition and all the bench teams, this one is closer to my heart, I think.
And it's an exciting competition. It's a very different competition to classic. It's a completely different lift, really. If you're a classic lifter, it doesn't mean you're going to be a great equipped lifter, and if you're a great equipped lifter, you may well be an average classic lifter.
Exactly right. I'm an average classic bencher, but a reasonably good equipped bencher. It doesn't translate as easily as you might think.
I like your point of a reasonably good equipped lifter being how many world championships?
A couple.
But you're reasonable.
Yeah, I got 3. I got 3 equipped and 2 classic. This is Judith McGauley. We are underway already, and she is going to open her account with 30 kilos. We have quite a lot to keep track of here. We have 2 weight classes, 47 kilo and 52 kilo, and 4 age classes, M1, M2, M3 and M4. So if you can possibly go to goodlift.info to look at the score sheet, you'll be able to keep track a lot better. See, she had some difficulty getting to the chest there, Gary.
Well, it's a long way to move the bar.
She drew 1 red light from the centre referee. It was a blue card infraction, which is either poor lockout or downward movement of the bar. Maybe that right arm could just
say poor lockout.
Pop a little bit.
It looked like her shirt was actually a little bit twisted to one side, and I think that's probably made that lockout a little bit hard.
And in this humidity, once your shirt goes on, it's really difficult to adjust.
Yeah,
in terms of rotating.
Yeah, I often talk about the capacity. I mean, one of the things obviously is pull down the shirt. Others is twisting the sleeves. In this humidity, I don't think you'd be twisting those sleeves.
Sachiko Masuyama, Japan, for 35. She's in the 47 kilo M1s. That was a lovely lift. She's not worn a shirt for her opener. Perhaps she'll put one on next. We saw that a couple of times in the earlier session.
Yeah, we'll have a look and see. I mean, equipped bench press in particular is so fragile that getting a lift on is one of the biggest challenges, actually getting a lift on the board. And some lifters will occasionally opt to open without a shirt to guarantee a lift on the board.
But then it's hard to get the next one in once you get that shirt on. It's hard to get it working in one lift. Now here's Noriko Ida, Japan. 40 kilos on the bar. She lifted in the classic right at the beginning of the competition. And she's lifting raw here too. 88 years old, and she started lifting at 82 years old.
That is absolutely phenomenal.
It's an inspiration. You don't have to give up physical activity as you move through life, obviously within whatever your physical limitations are, but to take up powerlifting at 82 years old, and there she is on the world stage. Katja Ronkainen now, Finland. 60 kilos on the bar. We're in for a really close fight in the M2 52 kilo, Gary. Look at the nominations there.
There's nothing between them at all.
We've got 60, 62.5, 65. And you see, she was struggling for the touch there, but she got a great pop off the chest.
Yeah, and that was actually, I think the benefit of that was she got a really quick press command. The bar was just starting to come offline, and she got the press, so she was able to use the momentum. You can see it shift a little bit.
Yeah, she was way down on the left side, wasn't she? Here's Nikki Murphy, Great Britain, for 60 kilos.
Recently engaged to Andy Chuckles champ.
He lifted earlier in the competition. He lifted raw. I think he's lifting equipped
Yeah,
as
you'll
well.
see him again this week.
60 kilos on the bar for Nikki. There he is.
Chuckles was telling me earlier today that she has never lifted raw. She went straight to equipped.
Oh, really? Wow, that's really unusual.
Good on her.
Look how far down those elbows go. She's got such long arms.
Yeah, I'd imagine never seeing a red card for her.
Mikako Fujiyama, Japan. This is the fight in the M152 kilo class. She's looking for 62.5 to move past Ronkainen.
You'll notice the setup time is a little bit longer on equipped. It's a little bit harder to get in position. Depending on how tight your shirt is, and you'll see it, you'll notice it a lot as we move into some of the heavier weight classes. Moving around is very difficult. That was a great line.
That really was. Just went straight to arm's length. Without passing through the intervening space, it seemed to come off her chest and it was right at lockout.
Bar is loaded.
Next out, it's Patil Nilima, India, looking for 62.5 kilos. She's in the M152 kilo class, so this will take her past Nikki Murphy.
Yeah, and I mean, I think India would probably be, I guess you consider, a younger team in regards to experience in equipped lifting. So they're going to just continue to develop for the years to come.
Kept the line really well on the descent.
That was a fantastic line. One of the hardest things to do in a equipped bench is hold that line. You know, and the heavier the weight, the tighter the shirt's going to get, the harder it becomes to hold that line. You're building up potential energy, and as you pull that bar down, it wants to find the path of least resistance. You've got to hold it on the line.
This is the final lifter out in the M2 52 kilo class. It's Angel Yao Vandenberg, Canada. 65 kilos on the bar.
And I think she'll get away with that. No, it was a downward movement of the bar. But let's have a look on the replay. You can see this is a great example of the shirt wanting to take you in its own direction.
And it's very common to see some downward movement of the bar on equipped. It's that transition period. There, you have to be ready for the shirt to stop helping you and drive it home.
Yeah, there's quite a misconception if you've never lifted in an equipped bench before. There's a bit of a misconception that the shirt helps you all the way. You get about maybe an inch, 2 inches of pop
But
from the shirt.
you can use that speed to drive the bar further, and as you said before, and then chase it home.
Yeah, and if you're not with it,
it will go all over the place. That was Miki Koseki,
Yeah, that was a
Japan,
nice
for
line as
70.
Well.
She's an M3 lifter. M3 is age 60 to 69.
Of Canada. She's been competing 8 years and is 63 years old.
Now here's Heidi Schraft. M3 lifter in the 52 kilo class.
she's got a few internationals under her belt.
Yeah, I saw her in Kazakhstan. She was double world champion in Kazakhstan. This is 70 kilos. She's a contributor to open powerlifting. If you have CPU results on open IPF, then you have this lady to thank for at least some of them.
We head up to 75
Yeah, it's a fantastic resource, Open IPF. If you want to look at some data and some history about
Check out
lifters.
your rivals.
Yeah, I used it the other day. I had a lifter competing, and I got on Open IPF, looked at some of the history from the competition, worked, and it helped change them work the strategy a little bit.
Mika Terimura, Japan. 75 kilos. She's in the same class as Heidi Schraft, M3 52 kilo class. And she's going to move ahead with this lift.
Great speed off the chest there. That was absolute textbook off the chest. And she followed it really well. And that's what you want to see in equipped lifting. The explosive speed off the chest and then follow it through.
Only one lifter in the 47 kilo M2 class, and it's Tomoko Miyamoto, Japan. Opening here with 85 kilos. Now you might think if you're alone in class, just put 40 kilos on and be sure of it, but you wouldn't be able to. You need the weight on the bar to overcome the resistance of the shirt to get all the way to the chest. Coached by Yusuke Satake, who's been here all week.
He's
done
had
a great
busy
job.
week, hasn't he?
Not quite.
Yeah, I think she could benefit from speeding up the descent a little bit.
Being more positive, pulling it in.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to do in equip too, because you need to maintain control.
But it did look quite tentative. Big pop from the crowd for Maria Frank, Canada. She lifted earlier in the week too.
Yeah, she's very, very good in the classic.
She was in the 57 kilo class there. She won the 57s. She's down in the 52s here, opening with 115.
If I remember her weigh-in, she weighed in at 53 or something like that.
55.
55 was, so
yeah.
she's managed to.
And she's
drop
cut
it
to
in.
51.85 today. I think she's had some particular records, maybe national records she had in mind for those weight class selections.
Yeah.
And that was an easy bench.
Certainly was.
She is going to be hard to catch now.
Very easy.
Yeah, I think she's pretty much locked that away. She can run her own game now.
Great descent, perfect touch, great press.
Judith opened with 30 kilos and has jumped up 5 kilograms.
So there's the standings as we have them. The 47 kilo M1 class is Koseki from Masayama. In the 52 kilo M1 class, it's Frank from Neelima from Murphy. In the M2 47 kilo class, Miyamoto has yet to get a lift in. In the 52 kilo M2s, it's Fujiyama from Ronkainen. In the M3s, Terimura from Shaft, and in the M4s, Ida from Macaulay. And here is Judith Macaulay, just struggling for a positive touch there with 35 kilos.
That was a very awkward touch.
So she's got nothing from the shirt at this point.
No lift so close.
Yeah, you'll see in the replay it just shifted around way too much.
Of Japan. Bar is loaded. Noriko opened at
Yeah, there was
40,
lateral
has
shift.
moved up
There was up and down.
5 kilos.
So here's Noriko Ida in the same class as Judith. She's looking for 45 kilos. And I think she will be safe in first place if she can nail this.
Yeah, I think this one puts her a bit too far in front of Judith Macaulay.
See her shirt just moving a little on her chest as it comes down.
The lift is good.
But that was a
Noriko is
great
2 for
press.
2.
Yeah, she handled it really well. There was a bit of movement on the way down, but she managed to get the line back again.
Bar is loaded.
Yeah, she touched quite high in the
With
end.
Sachiko Musayama. Sachiko opened at 35 kilos and has jumped to 57.5. What's up?
Next out,
Sachiko?
it's Sachiko Masayama. She's put a shirt on for her second lift. Well, I'm assuming she have, given the jump in the numbers.
Yeah, she was. She opened without a shirt, and now obviously she's put a shirt on. We'll throw another 20 or so kilos.
But she's late to the bar. She's not got much setup time now, and that's the difficulty. It takes a while to get that shirt on properly.
Yeah, and like as I said earlier, I mean, if we had a flight of 11, I don't think I could get my shirt on from the first lift to my next lift. I think I'd be struggling even with a full flight of 16. Because not only do you need to get your shirt on, you need to get the shirt working.
Yeah. Gets the start command with 6 seconds to go. Well, she's done a great job there.
Yeah, I'll take my hat off there because it is not an easy thing to just throw a shirt on and get out.
Please load the bar to 65
A quick bench is not a
kilos.
case of just putting a shirt on and doing a bench.
And you can see the shirt slipping
Wide
up
up.
her chest as it comes down.
This is a 5-kilo increase.
Now, I've seen this with a few lifters, and every lift their shirt slips, and it seems to work really well for them.
Yeah, I mean, for myself, I mean, if I'm not wearing a belt, my shirt slides up, all that tension across
Yeah.
my chest is gone.
Exactly the same. It's just lost, and suddenly you've got a load of canvas throttling you, and not much you can do about it. Katja Ronkainen, Finland, 65 on the bar.
Oh, that was rocking around a bit, but she managed to hold it back well. She got it back in position. You could see it rock around
52 kilos.
the shirt looking for the easy pathway.
Bar is loaded at 65 kilos for Angel Yao Vandenberg. She will try to overtake Katja Ronkainen.
And a bench shirt will go in any direction it can find that is easier than the one you're trying to pull it through.
Angel Yao Vandenberg, Canada. She missed her opener. I can't quite remember what happened, Gary. I thought she'd got it.
Sure. I think this was, they weren't convinced on lockout maybe?
Lockout right arm, you're right. So once the lifter knows that they're being called on lockout, there's a really
looks pretty
solid.
solid.
The
Yeah.
lift is good. 3 white lights.
She's on the board and she is in the lead for the moment anyway.
Bar is loaded at 65 kilos. Our lifter, Nicola Murphy of Great Britain.
Here's Nikki Murphy. 65 kilos on the bar to move ahead of the Indian lifter, Nilima. That's really good. I was a bit
Yeah, she
concerned
did
about
well
the
there.
line on the way down because she seemed to skip about a bit, but she did that really well.
She did well. She followed it up really well. She got a bit out of shape, but she chased it and she had enough momentum just to sneak into that transition area to let the triceps do the work.
Overtake Nicola Murphy for second place.
And here is the Indian lifter. It's Patil Nilima, India, for 67.5 to get back past Murphy.
And her line on her opener was absolutely spot on. So we'll see how she goes. A little bit more weight. It's a good touch. And again, it was
And a
spot
good
on the money.
press. I don't think I've seen her lift before, but she's doing really well
Yeah.
here.
Her lines are really nice. She's controlling that shirt well.
Takako Fujiyama of Japan. Takako opened at 62.5.
Weight selection, attempt selection, and equipped bench press is such a challenge for the coaches.
Ah, she was in Sun City. I'm just looked up the Indian lifter's record, but she was the Asian Pacific champion last year.
Well, you can see why. She's got
Yeah,
great
really
line
good.
on that bench.
Yeah. This is Mikako Fujiyama, Japan. She's taken a 7.5 kilo jump to 70, and this will give her the lead in the M252s.
Oh, that was a difficult one.
I think the bar dipped too.
Yeah, and I think
That
she
is
knows
a
it.
lift, but she did lock it out. We'll see her one more time.
A moral
Our
victory,
next
but not a
75
technical
kilos
one.
for Miki Koseki
It is so common to get that little bounce just at the transition point, and then you get your triceps under it and you send it home.
Yeah, as I was saying, I mean, second lift, well, any lift attempt is such a challenge as a coach in equipped lifting. It's not just a case of being strong enough. You know, the first lift went well, let's add on 5 kilos. You've got to find the balance between the weight, the shirt set, and what the lifter can handle as well.
Miki Koseki, Japan.
All of them having some challenges with their second lift here.
Yeah, a little bit of up and down again with 75 kilos. She's still in the lead. In fact, she probably won't be caught in the M147s.
Communication between lifter and coach is so important in equipped lifting. You've got to be able to quickly tell the coach what you felt like in the shirt. Was it too hard to pull? Was it too difficult? Was the touch easy? The coach has to then make a decision. Do we leave the shirt as it is and add more weight? Do we add more weight and adjust the shirt? There's so much going on out there.
Here's Heidi Schraft with 75 to move into the lead in the M352s. Yes.
That was great. That was spot on.
Attempt for Heidi. Please load the bar to 80 kilos. It is ready for Mika Teramura of Japan.
And her opponent is out next. It's Mika Terimura, Japan, for 80.
In the 52 kilo
You get out in the back room during some of the heavyweights and you'll see coaches hanging off shirts trying to pull them down further.
And at the end of the session, hanging off shirts, trying to get them off as well. This is 80 kilos for a lifter 62 years old. And that was easy.
Spot on.
Easy.
And we have a new leader. In
Shirt experience and being able to use that shirt to your benefit is crucial. And that was a great line. Never budged offline at all, did it?
I suspect she's just going to track Heidi now and just put in fact, she's putting 10 kilos more for her third. Meanwhile, here's Tomoko Miyamoto for 85. I think she didn't make the lift last time.
Well, it's certainly not unusual to see missed opening lifts in equipped. I think that's probably some of the most green I've seen on an equipped board. Yeah, it's very slow descent, that's right. And I think that's causing a lot of problems. There's so much energy drain.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the temptation is, because you know it's going to be a tough touch, the temptation or the you're led into doing it slowly and pulling in. But if you can make that go really fast, then you will get a brilliant pop off the chest.
Yeah, I mean, for myself, that's a big area I've been working on for my own lift, is getting the descent quicker.
Now we have a world record attempt in the M1s. It's Maria Frank. Opened at 115, gone up to 130.5. That would seem a ludicrous jumping roll, but that's fairly normal.
Yeah, that's right. And look, you know, her opening lift put her so far out in front. She gets to play her own game now. She gets to do whatever she wants. She can have a crack at a record without risking anything.
And that record currently belongs to Kaori Nagaya Shirakawa and was set in 2011.
Wow. That has been around a long time.
That must be one of the most long-standing records in the IPF, because that was the year the weight classes changed, wasn't it? So here we go, world record on the bar for Maria Frank. And she's edging it up. Oh my word.
There.
I thought that was done and done.
Unfortunately, 3 reds.
But she gets another go.
That's right. She has the opportunity to run her own game now.
Oh, there it was.
Yep.
Dip. Yeah. Wasn't as obvious from the quarter side on.
And having a look at that replay, you know, you're an equipped bencher. What are you changing for your third?
I don't know if I'm changing anything there. I think if she can just hit it really hard at the bottom, just straighten the shirt out. I don't think it was in the wrong place. Maybe just move the collar down a tiny bit. But I don't think the shirt was out of place. I think if she can just keep tight and hit it really hard off the chest, I think she'll get that. third round, and this is Judith McGawley. She missed 35. She's gone up to 37.5. Don't
Yeah.
really see an issue with that.
Yeah, she's just getting an awkward press.
And she scooped it. She came off the chest
Yeah.
in a
The
in
shirt's
an odd
taking
angle.
control of it now.
Yeah.
She's trying very hard to recover it. The shirt's throwing it back as it does. She's trying to recover it, and it's just coming to a complete stop.
Our lifter is Noriko Ida of Japan.
Oh, Maria Frank isn't coming out for another go at that. That's a real shame. I'd have had a crack at it, I think. But maybe she tweaked something, or maybe she just didn't feel right. There's no point hurting yourself.
Yeah, it's also quite challenging. I mean, she competed in a higher weight class
Yeah.
at the start of last week, and
That's
now
a
she's
good point,
dropped into
yep.
another weight class.
Now, we still have Judith McGawley's name on the score sheet, but this is definitely Heidi Schraff.
Yeah, we're
Oh, excuse me. No, it's Noriko Ida. Noriko Ida.
Yeah, I'm not sure what has happened with
For
our
50 kilos. There we go. The score
It's caught
sheet's
up again.
updated. I think this is the...
And
not
there's a
quite.
perfect example of the shirt doing what it wants to do.
Let's give her a nice
And you come off the chest offline, and it rolls your wrist back, and there is no way of recovering
And
that.
you really know you're alive when you do
Our
that
next
with
weight,
250 kilos.
67.5, is loaded and ready for Nicola Murphy.
See the wrist roll back there.
Great Britain.
That's the moment you thank your spotters very
But
much.
I think she's a real inspiration to take
Oh,
up the sport
I
in your
think it's
80s.
incredible.
And she's nearly 90, and she's benching 45 kilos. I think that's incredible.
It is outstanding.
And she's a double world champion now. She's taken the equipped as well as the raw.
Was submitted. Get to the bottom of it here.
Got an attempt
We have an
change going
attempt
in.
change that was put in on time. And
Okay,
it's
we have a
going
table error, so we're just waiting for that to resolve who's going next.
Yeah, I thought Nicola Murphy was going to put in a change. So, yeah, so Murphy had 67 on there. She's put it up to
Right.
70.
in the silver medal
But I can see
position,
that
52
Angel has
kilo M2.
has put a change in as well, and
Bar
Sachika
is loaded.
Masayama.
Yeah,
This
quite a
will
few
be for the
going in.
gold medal
So
for
in
Dr.
fact, it's
Ronkainen.
the two in the 52 kilo class, isn't it? So we've figured it all out. We have Katja Ronkainen on the platform right now for 70 kilos. In the third round of bench, when you can put in two changes, sometimes there's a lot of, coach one puts a change in, coach two responds, so coach one comes back again. And
Yeah.
you just have to wait for that to flow through.
You've got to be strategic about it, and got to be careful not to get caught up. It's still going. What determination!
She can lock the left.
She finishes
I'm
it.
not going to say it dipped. It did, unfortunately.
There's a no lift for Katja Ronkainen.
And as expected, coach is going to take a walk to the jury on that one just to have a look. Was there a full bar dip or just one end of it?
Maybe there. Do you know, it's so marginal. I'm glad it's not me making that call.
In the 52 kilo M2s.
Yeah, the jury's told him that there was downward movement, so unfortunately that's no lift. So Ronkainen is sitting in second place, but that second place is not safe. And here's Angel Yao Vandenberg to defend her gold medal with 70 kilos.
Yeah, so she's the lightest of three lifters as well, which is a great advantage in a field like this.
I think there was up and down.
Well, yeah, there was certainly some movement.
Oh,
Yeah, we've got
no
two.
lift. 2-1.
We've got a yellow and
So
a
I
blue.
don't know whether to look at that from the front or the side. There's a bunch of infractions going on there. But yeah, there was up and
Off
down.
the chest.
This will be for the silver medal.
So,
Great Britain, it's time to
that
clap
means
your
she
hands for
is not
Nicola
safe.
Murphy.
But meanwhile, we have the fight in the M152 kilo class. And this is Nikki Murphy for 70.
Yeah, this will put her up to silver.
Oh, what a
She
shame.
got great speed off the chest there,
did.
though,
Give
didn't
it
she?
for Nicola, who was 2 for 3.
Fantastic speed from the chest.
Raised the bar to
That was
72
worth a
half
try,
kilos.
but she remains in third place. She'll take the bronze medal.
Hold up.
And we have a
temp
temp change coming in.
You know, I just looked at that replay then. I think she got so much speed off the chest.
It caught her by
It
surprise.
caught her by
yeah.
surprise.
So the Indian lifter now, Patil Nilima, has put another change in. So she's gone back to 70. She has the higher lot number, so that's fine.
Yeah, and she's fraction heavier, so she was waiting to see if Murphy got that lift.
We have good news. Maria Frank's attempt is back in at 130.5.
great.
She gets 2 changes,
That's right.
so she
yep.
can change the scratch to a lift. Nilima has gone down to 70. She no longer needs to defend her silver. She is guaranteed the silver medal.
Yeah, that was a good strategy by Nilima. She had 72.5 in there. She waited for Murphy to complete her lift to see if she got it. She didn't get it. She dropped it back to 70.
No, that's a bit scrappy, but you know what?
Yeah.
I've been impressed with her today. She's lifted really well. And
If you watch the replay on this, she wasn't confident even from the moment she took the bar. It was not like any of her other lifts, that one. But she's done a great job. She
really
been
has.
really good, and you can see why she's an Asian champion.
In the 47 kilo M1s.
the next lifter is Sachiko Masuyama. She is attempting to take first place, or at least move into the lead in the M147s.
And you could see the shirt compressed and then it took its own line. And she knew it wasn't going to work.
Good catch by the spotters.
It was a huge jump from 57.5 to 72.5.
Bronze medal position, attempting to go for the gold.
Yeah, she
in
just
the
didn't control the
52
weight very
kilo
well.
M2s.
But you know, I think it was a bit outside what she'd held in her hands before. It can be a bit of a shock.
Yeah, you could see the way she was smiling and laughing to a coach that, yeah, that was a Hail Mary, coach, and it's not happening.
Mikako Fujiyama, Japan now, she missed 70, she's going to try it, 72.5. The other two lifters in class have missed 70, but she can't drop to 70 because she has a lower lot number than Yao Vandenberg, and that would disrupt the order of lifting. So she has to take 72.5. There may have been a dip there.
Yeah, I'm not going to call that one. I'm going to leave that one to the referees. Yeah, to both side referees. Coach is going to the jury, but I don't think he's going to get much joy from them.
So let's take a look.
Yeah.
It was
It was marginal
small.
because it was both side referees.
It's such a harsh rule. As a lifter, you think, well, I've got it to arm's length. I pressed it. But you have to do it within the technical rules. Just being strong enough isn't good enough. You have to meet the technical standard. That means that Miki Koseki is already world champion in the M147s, and she's retaken the 75 she missed last time.
Well, that looked a lot better.
No drama at all.
3 whites.
There we have our world champion.
It is loaded and ready for Heidi Shaft of Canada. Current silver medalist. This will be for the gold in the 52 kilo M3s.
So here's Heidi Schraft. She is attempting to take the lead from Teremura. 80 kilos on the bar.
Yeah, she's putting the pressure on her. She's lighter as well, which is great.
So that means she can sneak past by pressing the same weight.
Got a little bit offline there. She's managed to get it back
what
a
a
bit.
shame it dipped. It is such a common fail on
Yeah,
in a bench shirt.
she got a little bit offline.
Load the bar to 82.5.
This is where things are a little bit interesting in equipped as well. So She missed that lift, and Tiramura originally had 90 on, didn't she? She's changed it to 82
I think she
and a
did
half.
have 90 on. She's come down to 82 and a half.
And that would be a completely normal thing to do in Classic. The drop back down to 82 and a half could actually be detrimental.
Because you think she might have her shirt adjusted to take 90?
Yeah. I mean, obviously the Japanese team, very, very experienced. Well, she made that
was
look pretty
perfect.
easy.
Absolutely perfect.
Spot on the money.
And that's why she's the world champion.
Raise the bar to 85 kilos.
2 lifts remain.
Is loaded for Tomoko Miyamoto.
And we have a lifter in trouble. It's Tomoko Miyamoto.
Yeah, this is not a situation you want to be in, but
No.
like we say, you're not an equipped bencher if you haven't bombed.
Well, I've walked out for my third with nothing on the board and absolutely smoked it. We've seen many people do
not
that.
unusual at all in a equipped bench press to miss the first two and destroy the second.
She's had a couple of goes now at this weight in the shirt, so they'll have adjusted it absolutely perfectly. She just needs to hit it hard, get her timing right, keep control. And she's not going to do
She
it.
got a much better press off, but just couldn't quite get there.
And I think your point is right, Gary, that very, very slow descent.
Yeah, she's losing the capacity to explode off the chest.
It's been explained to me as though you're drawing a crossbow.
Yeah.
So really pulling the tightness in, that didn't seem to be what was happening there. Real shame. So here we go. Maria Frank is going to have another crack at that
That's
130.5.
fantastic. She's going to need all the support from the crowd she can get.
I must admit, I was a bit disappointed when I saw that she'd scratched, because I think she's got the capability to do this.
Oh, absolutely. She has the capacity to do it.
But lining it up all just exactly right in this one lift, it's a tough job.
Oh, good press off the
Go
chest.
on, lock
but
it,
she's
lock
hit the
it.
wall. She gets it there. I think it's okay.
It went in stage.
Oh, no, the referees have
and
said
it's
no.
3 red, so you can't protest.
What a big effort, though.
So let's see that back from.
Stick around. We're going to get to the
Oh, yeah, there it is.
It did dip. Ah, what a shame. But you know, I think she'll get that next time out.
Absolutely.
She really wasn't far off. So that gives Miki Koseki the gold medal in the 47 kilo M1s ahead of Masuyama. Maria Frank is the world champion in the 52 kilo M1s ahead of Patil Nilima and Nikki Murphy. Unfortunately, Miyamoto did not manage to make a lift. Angel Yao Vandenberg is the 52 kilo M2 world champion ahead of Ronkainen and Fujiyama. In the 52 kilo M3s, it's Teramura from Schraft. And in the M4s, it's Noriko Ida from Judith McGawley. Well, that was an action-packed session, and we have the medal ceremony coming up next. I hope you'll stick around for that and join us later in the day for even more bench press.
Victor van de Vijfheid. We begin with the 52 kilo Masters 4 category. Earning the silver medal with a lift of 30 kilos from Great Britain, Judith McGauley. And their gold medalist with a lift of 45 kilos from Japan, Noriko Ida. I ask that you all rise. Please remove your caps for the playing of the Japanese national anthem. Congratulations, ladies. Fine lifting. We move on to the 52 kilo Masters 3 class. Your silver medalist with a lift of 75 kilos from Canada, Heidi Schraft. And your gold medalist with a lift of 82.5 kilos from Japan, Mika Taramura. Please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the Japanese national anthem. Nicely done, ladies. next class is the 52 kilo Masters 2 division. Your bronze medalist with a lift of 62.5 kilos from Japan, Mikako Fujiyama. Our silver medalist with a lift of 65 kilos from Finland, Katja Ronkainen. And your champion from Canada by virtue of bodyweight decision, gold medalist, Angel Yao Vandenberg. I ask that you all rise. Please remove your caps for the playing of the Canadian National Anthem. Outstanding work. Our next class is the 47 kilo Masters 1 division. Your bronze medalist with a lift of 57.5 kilos from Japan, Sachiko Musayama. And your gold medalist with a lift of 75 kilos, also of Japan, Miki Koseki. And I ask once again that you please rise, remove your caps for the playing of the Japanese national anthem. We move up to the 52 kilo Masters 1 division. Our bronze medalist with a lift of 65 kilos from Great Britain, Nicola Murphy. Our silver medalist with a lift of 67.5 kilos from India, Katia Nalima. And your gold medalist lifting 115 kilos from Canada, Maria Frank. And I ask that you would all rise, remove your caps for the playing of the Canadian National Anthem. Congratulations, ladies. I want to say thank you to Mr. Alain Hamang of Luxembourg for handing out the medals. Lead them out, Peter. Let's hear it one more time for our Masters competitors.